the announcement lady.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to everybody online. How is everybody this morning? All bundled up in our winter woolies. It's September. It's glorious. It's sunny. We're alive. We're in the series of the power of decision. Did everybody decide to live healthily last week? Yes. Excellent. You went home without a cold. Awesome. Yes. Yes, I did my yoga 3 times this week. Walked twice. I clearly lost the use of my mouth and tongue this week, but I'm healthy. And I'm here, and we're here together. Yes. So let's do some announcements, shall we? Featured book still this month, the Nelson Mandela autobiography. We have a few copies left in the bookstore if you want to grab it. It's a light read, as you can see. It's half price. It's half price of what you would buy from the bookstore. Carmen's helping me. For those online, sorry, Carmen's... Sorry, it is half price in the bookstore?
It's half price. If you went to Indigo, you'd be paying double what you pay.
Ooh, if you went to a major chain... Thank you. We are selling at half of that cost. The women's group starts Monday, September 22nd, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You will need a journal. And the book is The Book of Forgiving. It is in the bookstore. We only have 4 copies left, though, so if you would like that book for the class, nab it. Our other classes have started the creative process in the individual, which is a Thomas Troward class taught by Rev. Jonathan. It's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Classes are recorded, so if you want to start taking the class and you think, I'm behind, no worries. You can catch up with the archived classes and come in and join the fun. Also, Science of Mind 100, Sundays at 1 p.m. So go grab a bite after service and come back and spend some time with Rev. Jonathan this afternoon. And October 5th, there is a pulpit swap. We did that back in March. Reverend James Mellon will be coming from the Global Truth Center in LA. Jonathan will be going down there. So Grandpa is coming back to tend to his junior flock up here. He will also be doing a Power of Decision workshop Saturday, October 4th, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So kind of like a big fat wrap-up of this entire series that we've been doing. It'll be intensive that day. And it will be available online as well, I am told. So you can register in the bookstore for the workshop. You can also register online for that. The sign-up sheet, you can register. It's $45 for the workshop on the Saturday. And a reminder to check out our community board, see what's going on with your friends and family in this community. Spiritual quotes, all fun things like that are written there, so have at it. Don't be a stranger. And for those of you going, what is the community board? It is the hallway before the bookstore, or the hallway after the bookstore, depending which way you've come in. All right, so that is that. So let us continue on our adventure, get inspired on our power of decision, and this week is decide to be creative. And on that note, I'll call up our creative master, Reverend Jonathan Zenz.
Good morning. It is decide to be creative. Yes, that's what we're looking at today. A couple of things. The community board. I think there's confusion about what the community board is. The community board is for you, the community, to let us know what's happening in the world and what's happening in your life and not necessarily. Don't go up and write your biography. But if you have an event that you think people at the center might be interested in, you're welcome to post it on the community board. You're welcome to take chalk and write something lovely on the community board. So that's what the community board is all about. So check that out. Also, I want to remind everybody too, please let everybody know in your life about the conference that we have coming up next year. You know, we have stopped talking about it a little bit because we're now Helen and I are heavily into the planning of the conference. Helen and Carmen and Melissa and Judy and I, and we're deep in it. But I just want to remind everybody that we have this great conference coming up, and we want everybody in Toronto to be there. So please let your friends and family know. If you have not purchased your registration yet, remember until October 31st, you get $150 off the registration. That's our Launch Our Conference special, and you can find out all of that information on our website, where there's a link to the conference website. Our website is on your songbook. The conference website is torontoniewthought.com. Pretty easy, right? All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it is.
How is everyone this morning?
Good.
Yes, it's great to have you here. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Toronto. We celebrate an idea here, and that idea is that there is one power in this universe. We're all part of it. There's no separation between us and it is a power that we can simply call love. And it is the ultimate creative power in this universe. And so as we celebrate this, we get to experience it at a visceral level. So what I'm going to invite everyone to do is to stand up and let's sing Gifts of the Spirit to launch ourselves off into this creative power today. Tanis is going to take the lead on this, and it's going to become very clear. Just follow along. It's not in your songbooks, by the way.
Easy.
Very easy.
Call and response. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Love,
Love.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Joy,
Joy.
are you ready?
Are you ready?
Peace,
Peace.
are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready to receive? These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. Compassion,
Compassion.
I am ready.
I am ready.
Forgiveness,
Forgiveness.
I am ready.
I am ready.
Oh, and laughter,
Laughter.
I am ready.
I am ready.
I am ready to receive. And passion,
Passion.
I am ready.
I am ready.
Success,
Yes.
I am ready.
I am ready.
Abundance,
Abundant.
I am ready.
I am ready.
I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive. These are the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive all of the gifts of the Spirit, love, joy, and peace. Gifts of the Spirit, I am ready to receive.
Thank you, Tanis. Are you ready to receive? Beautiful, beautiful. Today, I am wide awake. I am wide awake to this knowledge that we are ready to receive any of these gifts when we are ready to receive them, which should be at any moment. Any moment. It simply takes a conscious understanding of who we are, and who we are is this divine energy simply flowing at all times. I want to say hello to anybody who's joining us for the first time. It is a pleasure to have you joining us and bringing your consciousness to this center. I want to say hello to everybody who's watching us online and say we recognize you and we feel your presence right here as part of this community, and it is such a joy. So, to lead us off today in this experience of inspiration, we have a wonderful practitioner intern with our center. The practitioner interns had their first class back for their second year of study to become fully licensed practitioners. How was the class? Awesome. Yes, so it was an awesome class. They're really, and the tone of the class has really changed. Like last year, it's all about, we're going to learn about ourselves. And now it's about how do we experience community as practitioners? And so that's what they're delving into now. So here to take us down this road of inspiration is one of our beautiful practitioner interns. Please welcome to the lectern, Lena Desanto.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
And welcome. And yes, my name's Lena Desanto, and hello, everybody online. And happy Sunday. It's always such a pleasure for me to have my turn and speak, because whatever message is required shows up. And today was Decide to be Creative. And I needed to be reminded of that. So yes, Chapter 7, Power of Decision, Decide to be Creative. Ask me how many times I've read this chapter. I'm like, okay, I can talk for 3 hours. Okay, I know it's only 5 minutes, Jonathan. Honest. So it starts out with an inspired mind is a creative mind. And I asked myself whether or not I was inspired. Because there are times, believe it or not, aside from Sunday, that I'm not so inspired. So I had to look at that. I had to examine my thoughts. And as I continued to read, this jumped out at me in the chapter to answer my question. It's like, Lena, here's the answer. Start with curiosity and then move to inspiration. Then comes the moment of decision, followed by direct thinking that is very clear. So I examined my thoughts, and I was trying to figure out what is it. And what I needed to know was that it was time for me to switch gears from the mundane of the list of to-dos, the routine of life, the focus of what wasn't working, because at one point I was focusing on health that wasn't working. And I realized that when I get caught up in this place of things not working, that becomes the focus, and that takes on a life of its own, to the point where I'm not inspired, I'm not motivated, I'm stuck. So stuck in the routine for too long just stagnates any inspiration, any creativity. So I needed a shift. So I needed a shift so that I could reconnect with my curiosity by engaging in something fun, having time to flow with what nourishes my spirit. And I said, what if I switch up my routine? What if I try a different fitness class or a different route on my bike or drive to work? I just needed to make that change. It was like allowing fresh air in to reignite my energy. For my clear thinking, opening up space. Some of my best ideas and what to take action on next comes from this place of simply being, getting out of the day-to-day routine. And there's a lot to be said about balance, and yet it's so easy to get caught up in the routines of everyday life that throw balance off. So for me, sparking up my curiosity starts with seeking out something new, something different, something that fires up my energy to feel that life force within. From this place, ideas flow easily, and I'm able to make better choices, not get caught up in doing everything in exactly the same way. This creates an uninspired existence of doing the same old, same old. And I get bored very easily, and there's no reason to get bored because there's a million things that can be done differently. So when I approach every day as a new day, and every day is a new day, I know that I have the choice to decide what I want with fresh new thoughts, engaging in my curiosity and imagination. I start the day with what if today? So what if today? Okay, so what if today I want to do something different? I'm bored of this dark jacket. Trust me, Jonathan, it'll be quick, very quick, because I'm not ready for dark colors. So, and I want to brighten it up, and I'm just switching it up, as long as I don't disconnect myself. So, oops, and there it goes. All thought is creative, according to the science of mind. And changing it up is where we get it. Becoming conscious of our thoughts is where we get it. So the conscious mind is superior to the subjective mind, and it may consciously use it. Great as the subconscious is, the tendency is set in motion by the conscious thought. In this possibility lies the path to freedom. So what we think about, we bring about. And my affirmation for today is, I'll say it once and invite you to say it with me twice. I connect with my curiosity and fuel my imagination. I live an inspired life. Ready? I connect with my curiosity and fuel my imagination. I live an inspired life. One more time. I connect with my curiosity and fuel my imagination. I live an inspired life. Thank you.
Wonderful. So allow that affirmation to resonate with you. I connect with my curiosity. Turn it back over. I'm reading it.
Sorry.
See, they don't realize that I actually come up here and usually read the affirmation again. I'll invite all the practitioner interns to know that.
Thank you.
Take a breath. I connect with my curiosity and fuel my imagination. I live an inspired life. We live an inspired life when we know who we are, and in every moment we have the opportunity to remember. And so we're going to celebrate this by repeating this chant. It's very simple. I am remembering who I am. And there are two parts to this, and you'll catch on very quickly, and it's your choice which part you'd like to participate in. I am remembering who I am. 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 I am remembering. 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 I am remembering.
And in this moment, there is one mind, God, the source and activity of all creative ideas. This mind is our mind now. We are each one with the mind and heart of being. Our individual consciousness is its creation. In us, God thinks. In us, God feels. We are open channels for all spiritual ideas. Our consciousness comes then, and our subconscious accepts them by acting upon them. Our consciousness is ignited with curiosity, with imagination. It only knows to say yes by letting this into the law of mind to do its thing. As my word spoken, I know it is done. I release it to the law of mind with a grateful open heart from that heart space. I say thank you. Thank you for allowing the thoughts that connect from my mind to the one mind to allow me to flow as a unique, individualized expression for perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect relationship and community. I let it go, I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is.
And so, I'll invite you to concretize this with the energy of music. Here we go. I am remembering. 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 Thank you, Lena. There's a band that I enjoy, but I don't own any of their albums. And yet I always enjoy their music whenever I hear it. I know, isn't that funny? You know what? I remember vinyl. I remember 8 tracks. There is a band that I enjoy. I don't own any of their CDs, nor do I have any of their music on my iPod.
iPod?
iPhones. It's going too fast, this technology thing. That's awesome. It's a band called Five for Fighting, and they have some great music, and I am so grateful that this song, literally, apparently, from what I've been told, popped out of the stack of music, and it just fits so perfectly with what's going to be talked about today. Please welcome Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band.
There was a man back in '95 whose heart ran out of summers, but before he died, I asked him, wait, what's the sense in life? Come over me, come over me. He says, son, why you gotta sing that tune? Catch a Dylan song or some eclipse of the moon, and let an angel swing and make you swoon. Then you will see, you will see. Then he said, here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world, you and I. Picked up my kid from school today. Did you learn anything? 'Cause in the world today, you can't live in a castle far away. Now talk to me, come talk to me. He says, Dad, I'm big, but we're smaller than small. In the scheme of things, well, we're nothing at all. Still every mother's child sings a lonely song. So play with me, come play with me. And hey, Dad, here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world, you and I said, son, for all I've told you, when you get right down to the reason for the world, who am I? There are secrets that we still have left to find. There have been mysteries from the beginning of time. And there are answers we're not wise enough to see. He says you're looking for a clue. I love you free. The batter swings and the summer flies as I look into my angel's eyes. A song plays on as the moon is high. Over me, something comes over me. I guess we're big and I guess we're small. When you think about it, man, you know we've got it all. 'Cause we're all we've got on this bouncing ball. And I love you free, I love you freely. Here's a riddle for you. Find the answer. There's a reason for the world. You and I.
Pierre Gautreau and the Queen Street Band. Oh, I love that song. So I had a little bit of an issue come up for me this week. I looked at this chapter in The Power of Decision. Decide to be creative. And there's just too much in it. So I have decided, see how I worked that in there? I have decided that we're spending 2 weeks on this chapter. This is an important chapter. This is an important chapter. I love that song. Well, one of the first things I thought about is we should do that song on Father's Day. Because it's a great song about fathers and sons, and that's one of the first things. It's also a song that is really questioning what is the meaning of everything. What is the meaning of it all? What is the meaning of it all? Why are we here? And isn't this ultimately the question that we're all asking? On some level, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, aren't we all really wondering, why the heck are we here? What is life all about? Why do we experience it? Really, like, what is going on here? When I think about, like, the infinity of life and the expression that we are, if you really think about the grandness of this plane of action, which is the body of the entire universe, we are such an infinitesimal little itty-bitty speck of dust in the grand scheme of things. Like, what does it all mean? Because we can feel really large. And we're really minute. It's mind-boggling to me. You know, it's mind-boggling to think that there are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the beaches of this entire planet. Think about that. Yeah. And what is the reason why we're here? What is the ultimate experience of life all about? Why should we be here? What is it that we are here to do? What is it that we are here to experience? What is it? What is that thing? And ultimately, Raymond Charles Barker is answering that question when he says, decide to be creative. Decide to be creative. We are the vehicle. We aren't the vehicle. I should not be so definite. We are a vehicle for the expression of life. We are a vehicle for the expression of life. Now, life, what we teach within this philosophy is life is all of it. Life is all matter. Life is all things unseen. Life is all the undifferentiated substance that has not come into form yet. Life is all of it. All of it. Again, I go to my wall. This is life. Because at the root of it all, we're all stardust. We're all part of that same thing. We're all made of the same stuff. It's just we have been configured in a specific way to experience life in a unique, individualized fashion. One of these quotes that, is it's a meme that gets tossed around the internet frequently. Well, you know how memes happen, like you'll see it a lot and then it'll die off for a while, and then you'll see it a lot and it'll die off for a while. And one of the memes that I love is this quote of John Lennon. When I was 5 years old, my mother always told me that happiness was the key to life. When I went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. I wrote down happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment, and I told them they didn't understand life. There is one purpose for our being here, and that is to experience life, and experience it to its fullest. And we do that by stepping into the conscious decision to allow our creativity to flow. We're always making new discoveries. We are always making new discoveries. Sometimes we're not consciously aware of the discoveries we're making, but we take them on and we live the experience of those discoveries. Within this philosophy, why you're here, I assume on a Sunday, is so that you can start to live your life more purposefully and more consciously. There is a reason for the world. You and I. Now that can be taken two ways. You can either be asking the question in some capacity, it's either a statement of, there is a reason for the world, you and I. Does that make sense? There's a reason for the world, you and I. There's a reason for it all, right? But there is a reason for the world, you and I. Get it? We can either be asking the large question or we can be asking the individualized question through those same words. So if I ask you this question, what does it mean to be creative? What comes to mind? What does it mean to be creative? What's the first thing that pops into your mind? This is not rhetorical. Have fun. Creative. But what does it mean to be creative? To create. To create. When I say the word creative, what is it that you're creating? Something new. Flow. Love. Beauty. How do you do that? There's the bigger question. If you're deciding to be creative, how is that showing up in your life? Now, a lot of people will go to this place. A lot of people mistake the word creative with the word artistic. They don't mean the same thing. But a lot of people will hear the word creative, and the first thing they will think of is artistic. Being artistic is lovely, and yet scientists are just as creative as artists. Raymond Charles Barker, it's great because you really set me up beautifully today. Raymond Charles Barker in the book writes this: inspiration is a function of the Spirit. Inspiration is a function of the Spirit, not the intellect. Inspiration is not a function of the intellect. If you are inspired, that is spirit. Get it? Inspired. So there are word similarities there. Inspired means that spirit is flowing through you. At its root, the word inspire means this. Does anyone know what the word inspire at the root level means? Of the sire? No, actually, it means to breathe. Yeah. To breathe. That's really the root of it. To be inspired is to breathe. So what are we breathing? Life force energy. The breath. The breath is the closest you can have an experience of spirit in your life if you have the concept that it's something separate from you, which it's not. But breath is the simple flow of spirit in and out of our bodies, which are also spirit. So we're breathing in spirit, we're breathing out spirit, we are spirit, it's all one thing. Spirit is breath. When we refer to divine spirit, that is divine breath. The most basic action of living is breathing. The most basic action of living is breathing, and that is spirit in action. It is divine spirit in action happening by means of all of us. And inspiration, that function of spirit, inspiration is available to everyone in equal proportion. So, when I say that a lot of times we look at the idea of being creative and immediately assume it's being artistic, if you don't feel you have an artistic bone in your body, that's okay, because you can be just as inspired as any artist and trust that it is flowing forth in your life in exactly the way that it needs to. How many of you draw? Stick people. I love that. I think we should all try drawing. Every single one of us. You should all just start drawing. This is your assignment for the week. I'm giving you homework. Just take blank paper and just start drawing. Step away from the concept that it has to be something and just allow your inspiration to flow onto the page and trust that however it shows up is right. I'm going to invite you to bring them all in. We're going to scan them. We're going to post them on our website. No, it's for you. It's for you to start to tap into the flow of inspiration in your life. How do you greet the world? And I don't mean just in your everyday routine. I'm not saying when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, hello, world. What a beautiful day. I'm talking about how do you choose to show up in the world? How do you choose to show up in the world? Because how you show up is a choice. You can either show up inspired, or you can show up some other way. How you show up, that choice, is a clue to the tendency in your mind. The tendency of your experience is created by the tendency of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your feelings. So how you choose to show up is a clue into what is happening in your thought system, your belief system, and your feelings place. So how do you show up in the world? Do you show up with wonder and excitement? And this is, now we're rhetorical. I know I said I wasn't going to do rhetorical questions anymore, but I get to choose to be different. Do you show up? Do you choose to show up in the world with wonder and excitement, or do you choose to show up with something else? A lot of people I experience choose to show up with something else. A lot of people choose to show up with anger. It makes me think of this video that I watched last night, in fact. Because they are all these viral videos that, it's interesting, viral videos always seem to be people who are devolving. Have you ever noticed that? It's all the horrible things that are happening in life. I love watching the videos where it's great things. But this one was one where somebody was devolving. And this person in the video was choosing to show up in anger. And boy, howdy, was it anger-filled. So the video is being, now, I don't ever do this, because it was clear that what was happening is there was a person driving a car holding their phone and taking a video of another person who was experiencing road rage. Don't do this. So, but had his hand, or the person had their hand out, I don't know if it was a man or woman who was taking the video, had the hand out and is, following along this other person in a car with road rage. And the woman in the car that this person was videotaping kept coming up beside and, yelling and using expletives like, why would you cut me off? And yeah, expletive, and then would fall back, and then came back up, and then went ahead, and then stopped at a stoplight or stop sign and anything, and then starts like yelling out the window and using specific hand gestures out the window towards the person who's videotaping the whole thing. And then the next thing you know, gets out of the car, comes over and is like yelling at this person in the car, and the person is sitting there with the video camera, and then starts assaulting this person. The whole time it's on video. right? How is this woman choosing to show up in the world? You know, a lot of people, when I do mental muscle, a lot of people we get to feelings week, and I say, you get to choose your feelings, and you get to choose these things. You get to choose your experience. It's all about choice. And then people try to tell me, no, well, when I'm driving, those feelings are just instinctual. They just come over me, and I cannot help myself. And I usually say, well, yes, you can. And it goes to this question: how are you choosing to show up? Because a lot of people, if you drive in this city, how many of you drive in this city? Yeah, it's a lot of you. More than half. I don't drive in this city frequently. I drive occasionally. You're at choice in terms of how you show up on the roads, just as you are at choice in how you show up in everyday life. Are you going to choose to look at everyone out on the roads as your enemy? No. If somebody cuts you off, bless them and send them on their way, because they clearly have some reason to do that. And the only response should be love. I know that seems difficult. I don't know why I've gotten into this whole thing about telling you how to drive, but it's not, see, Brian, it's not in my notes. But it does stack up ultimately. We are at choice. That's the whole point, right? We are at choice in terms of how we show up. Step away from the rage. So are you showing up with wonder and excitement? I love driving. I love driving most of the time. Actually, I know I'm going to get a lot of people who are going to probably boo and hiss me, but I actually really love streetcars. I love streetcars because, first of all, I don't have to focus on, maintaining the operation of a vehicle, and I get to watch the world. I get to see a lot of the city. It's really great. You are here to live a life of choice. Each and every one of us is here to live a life of choice. So, are you curious about life? Again, see? Curiosity is a remarkable thing. I went with Tony, my roommate, to the Cirque du Soleil on Friday night, and it was extraordinary. Now, talk about the inspiration and imagination running wild and being expressed magnificently. If you have not seen this one, it's wonderful. I had never seen a Cirque du Soleil live and in person in the room. I've seen them on, video, but I'd never seen one live and in the room. It's wow. And interestingly enough, it was called Curios, the Cabinet of Curiosities. That's the name of this particular show, and it was extraordinary. Curiosity is a creative action of the mind. It is a necessity for creative living. A necessity for creative living. Are you curious? Are you curious? Yes? Good answer. The rest of you are sitting back going, maybe, yeah. Well, sometimes I am, but a lot of times I'm just letting my humdrum day go by. Yeah. I'm going to invite you to be more curious about life. Nothing was born of a mind that wasn't curious. Nothing was born of a mind that wasn't curious. Einstein must have been curious, right? Imagine if Einstein hadn't had an ounce of curiosity. He was curious. An answer was required to a question that was inherently moving through him. And the answer unlocked mysteries of this universe. Imagine what we wouldn't know if Einstein had not been curious. Imagine if Monet had not been curious, what we would be missing. Imagine what the world is missing if you're not curious. We, each of us, have the capacity to affect the world profoundly It's not a requirement, but it is the natural outflow of Spirit moving through us. And it starts with your curiosity. Imagine what you might be shortchanging the world if you are not expressing your curiosity. What are you withholding from the world? Today, I'm wide awake. Today, I am wide awake. Are you wide awake? I am awakened to the inherent nature of life within me. I allow that to flow. And I refuse anymore at any point in my life to not allow that. That's my choice. Barker wrote this: God never made a dull person. It never created an average person. It never created a satisfied person. We are becoming people, which is an odd turn of phrase. But we are the experience of becoming. That's what he's saying there. We are the experience of becoming. We are the experience of evolution. We are the experience of inspiration flowing through and showing up in form. Now, those of you who are in class with me, you know that I will look at this phrase and I will say, wow, he's really using dualistic language there, which means he's setting God outside of the self and saying God never created anything, right? No, we are the creation and we are the created and the creator. So I want to be very clear. It's a brilliant, brilliant statement. God never made a dull person. It never created an average person. It never created a satisfied person. We are a becoming people. If you are experiencing dullness, if you are experiencing an average life, if you are experiencing satisfaction with whatever shows up, are you truly thriving in an inspired way in your experience of life? This statement demands of us an understanding of our inheritance from a divine, infinite resource. That inheritance is infinite growth, infinite expansion, infinite evolution. And if you are not growing, if you are not expanding, if you are not evolving, then you are dying, you are contracting, you are devolving. It's up to you to make the choice. Expand, grow, evolve. And the way we do this is through, the way we teach in this philosophy is through spiritual practice. Your very expression showing up here on a Sunday is a clue to me that you have some interest in this, that you have some interest in living a spiritual life. And one of the things I want to tell you is you are not alone. You are not alone. In fact, there are more than a third of our society are very interested in what we have to offer. Do you believe that? Where are they? That's the big question. Where are they? Because a lot of people who experience being spiritual and understand a spiritual nature think they're alone. How many of you felt alone before you found the Center for Spiritual Living? Oh, not as many as I thought. But also the reason that you are here is because you knew something more. There are people out there who feel alone because they feel like, wow, I'm the only one who has this idea. And they're not. So what we teach here is spiritual practice. Spiritual practice is, and it always should be, supportive of the unfoldment of life, the evolution of life through you, the growth, the decision to be creative. Ernest Holmes writes, prayer, treatment, is not willing things to happen. It's to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. Treatment is not willing things to happen. It's to provide within ourselves an avenue through which they may happen. That's truly what deciding to be creative does for you. It opens up the channel. It opens up that avenue so that spirit can simply flow. That is being inspired. If you're in Science of Mind 101, that's a really good quote to latch on to, by the way, for those of you who are going to be in class this afternoon. Just saying. The quickest way of blocking our good, a surefire way of blocking our good, is to hold on to negative thought and emotion. Barker said, really, this is the only thing blocking our good. Negative thought and emotion is the only thing blocking our good. And one of the things that I get to is, especially if I'm sitting with somebody and I'm in prayer counseling with them, I will ask them this question: are you ready to receive? Are you ready to receive your good? And I always get an emphatic, yes, I am ready to receive. Great. All right, so here we go. Now we're going to pray. And I do the formal, prayer. And then they go away. And in that moment, they may have been ready to receive. Sometimes, not always. Sometimes what happens is they have a perception that the prayer doesn't work because something shows up in their life that is antithetical to what they were looking for or what they required in the prayer. So if you're ready to receive and you have an emphatic yes in that moment, at what point did you decide no? Because life is an unfoldment. Life is an unfolding process. And so as it unfolds, you must always be ready to receive your good. Why haven't you experienced your good? Now, there are some people, I love this, there are some people who see me repeatedly, and they come to me with their stories of woe. And what I realize is they get a false sense of satisfaction in their suffering. Because on some level, it goes to it goes to, what was the word? Carmen, what's the word I'm looking for? It's the addiction. It's because I used you as an example one day, right? I'm going to use you as an example again. Come on up here. This is Carmen Noseworthy. Yes, so this is how the addiction works, right? People are addicted to coming to me, by the way. You be me, okay? All right, so here I am. I'm coming to you with my, I need a counseling session. I need spiritual mind treatment. So here's my tale of woe.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. All these horrible things are happening in my life, and I need to know something. Something needs to change. I'm sick. I'm broke. I have no friends. My job sucks. Help me.
Okay, well, the truth is that God is everything, and you are part of God.
What? Really?
Yes.
I should probably give you a microphone so people online can hear you. Okay. So what was that?
So, well, the truth is we're all part of the creative energy, and since that is all there is, then you are creative energy, and you can choose something different in your life.
Woohoo! I feel so good. Thank you so much. Okay, and I'm going to go away, and I feel so good. Yeah, but, I don't know. Lena, my life really sucks. Will you please feel sorry for me? Please? The answer is yes.
Yes.
Just for the exercise. For the exercise, the
Okay,
answer
yes.
is yes. You feel sorry for me?
Oh, John,
Oh, that
I'm
feels so
so
good. Somebody
sorry.
feels sorry for me. Oh, yeah. So it really is a good thing to have a life that sucks because people feel sorry for you. Oh, my life sucks. Carmen,
Jonathan.
my life sucks. I have no money. I have no friends. My job sucks. What am I going to do?
Is that how you truly feel?
Yes.
And so it is. You're part of the creative process.
See if I ever come to you for prayer.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, finish.
You are part of the creative energy of life, and God is all there is, and you can choose something different.
I love that idea. Is that the truth?
That is the truth.
Wow, okay.
And
Well,
you
then,
are loving, and lovable.
then I guess that's what I should experience. All right, I'm going to do that. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Bye. Oh, I feel so much better. I feel so much better. Oh, God. No, I don't know. I kind of doubt what she said because, look at all these circumstances in my life. Lena?
Yes, Jonathan.
My life sucks.
Oh, again? Still?
What am I going to do? Life sucks.
It does, doesn't it?
It does. Look, see, you understand, don't
so
you?
get it.
Oh, gosh, it makes me feel so much better that you understand. You understand my suffering. Carmen? My life sucks. I have no job. I have no friends. I have no money. My health is not working out for me. What can I do?
Here's the truth I know for you, Jonathan.
What is that?
That you are a beautiful, beautiful person, and you have it within you to do whatever it is you choose to do.
Wait a second. Whoa. You mean it's my responsibility?
Well, yes. Yes.
Wait, so when I don't feel so good,
Yes.
it's my responsibility to turn that around?
Yes.
Oh, I get it.
But it's within you. Happiness is your normal state of being.
It is?
Yes. And abundance and joy and happiness.
Yes!
Yes, it's your essence. It's who you are.
Hooray!
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I feel so much better. And you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to choose to stay in this place.
Awesome.
Sounds good. Yes.
Awesome. Have a
I'm
great
staying in
day.
this place. Thank you so much, Carmen.
You're welcome.
Microphone away now. I feel so much better. And I choose to stay here now because I understand that that is my inherent nature. That is my birthright as an experience of God on this plane of action. There is nothing that can hold me back from my good except me. That's it. No. Because what made that dynamic work was my acceptance of her thought process. I took it on as my own. It's still my responsibility, right? We get to choose. We get to choose to live a life that is extraordinary. So what choice are you making today? The expression of your life is your choice. Now, here's the other thing. We may accept ideas. We may accept the same ideas, right? But we express them differently. And that's the glorious thing about our unique expression as a divine energy. If I ask you all to, while you're drawing this week, to draw a boat, I guarantee you that when you bring your picture of a boat in next week to show me the picture of the boat that you drew when you bring it in next week, I guarantee you there will not be two that are exactly the same. Guaranteed. That's our uniqueness. Our boats don't have to look the same. They don't have to express the same. No two people are alike. No two trees are alike. No, nothing. Nothing is alike. There is room for all of it. There is room for all of it. We must dare to show up. We must dare to show up and allow the creative expression to flow. We must do it free of fear. A lot of what holds us back is fear. In fact, really, at the core, the only thing ever holding us back is fear. And what I'm going to say to you this week, don't tell yourself that you can't draw. Yes, you can. Can you draw? Yes, you can. Out of the mouth of babes. You can draw. Every single one of you. And your expression is exquisite because it is uniquely you. So never say, I can't. Always start with this idea. What can I do? What can I do? In the song, You know, I talked about the song being really perfect for today, right? At some point I should probably talk about the song. The song, there's this lyric. It's the bridge of the song, if you understand the musical structure. The bridge says this: there are secrets that we still have left to find. There have always been mysteries from the beginning of time. There are answers we're not wise enough to see. He said, you're looking for a clue? I love you free. This is the Son speaking to the Father. It's a turn in the storytelling of the song. It doesn't matter that there are secrets we still have left to find. That's part of the joy of living, is that we're always searching out the answers to those secrets. It doesn't matter that there are still mysteries. There have always been mysteries. There always will be mysteries. And isn't it fun to explore those possibilities? It is fine that there are things we think we're not wise enough to see. When we open up to the inspiration flowing through us, we recognize it, we know it, we live it, we experience it. And what that is love. The Son saying, love is what makes us free, ultimately. At the end, it comes down to love. Love, love, love. Started with John Lennon, and there we are. Love is the self-givingness of the Spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. That's how we define love within this philosophy. Well, I'm not talking about romantic love, although that's lovely. Love is the self-givingness of Spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. When I talk about love being the only creative energy, that's what I'm talking about. It is love that allows us to experience this life here and right now. Love created you, love created me, love created all of this. Love freely and love deeply. Because it is in love, in the expression and the experience of love, that we truly become awakened. Awakened thinking is spiritual thinking. Awakened minds are not seeking to retreat, but to advance. Awakened thinkers are not afraid of spiritual ideas. Those are the words of Raymond Charles Barker. So today I ask you, I tell you, I invite you to decide to be wide awake. Because when we are wide awake, each of us individualized, without even knowing it, we are each of us serving to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence and create a world that works for everyone. Namaste.
And I don't know the song, so you'll have to, okay, so. So it's during this time, Alan, am I on? Yeah. It's during this time that we take whatever it is that we've brought or are inspired to give to the center, and I invite those of you online, you can participate with the donate button. And hold it near and dear to your heart, because this is being given from a place of love. And when I give, I tap into a spiritual truth, a truth that the flow of life never runs dry. And I've brought this up with me because there's a yoga mantra that talks about this, Om Vardhanam Nama. It means, I nourish the universe, and the universe nourishes me. So for me, this place that I come to for classes and connect with each and every one of you here in community and online nourishes me. It nourishes my spirit, nourishes my curiosity, it inspires. So that is why I give freely, and I invite each and every one of you just to be inspired to whatever it is that you wish to give. And as we give, we receive. It's a constant flow. So life never runs dry. Thank you.
And we're doing My Good, which is on page 32 in your songbooks. Here we go. My good is is my God. My God is my good. All the good there is belongs to me. My good is my God. My God is my good. All the good I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My God is my good. I have all I ever need. My good is my God. Na 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 na. My good is my joy. My joy is my good. All the good there is belongs to me. My good is my joy. My joy is my good. All the good I seek belongs to me. That's my truth with a capital T. It's all about living free. My good is my God. My God is my good. I have all I ever need. My good is my God. 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 My good is my God.
Oh, in this moment, taking a breath, the breath that connects to the one mind, being still, accepting the good that has been transferred here to the center, the gifts that you've given, the gifts that you will receive, the continuous flow, breathing this in, that life never runs dry. I know this to be true. I know that the word spoken is done. And as I speak these words, I let them to the universal law of mind to do its thing, to say yes to our good, to say yes to all our desires, our curiosities, our imaginations, to continue the flow of life right here, right now. All is good, all is imagination, curiosity, and creation at its best. The flow continues in this exchange within ourselves, within our community, all around. It's all done, yes. I say thank you for this. I am in grateful gratitude for all that continues to flow through life, giving and receiving, all part of the same flow. I let it go, I let it be so. I'm grateful, and together we say, and so it is.
Thank you so much, Lena. There's something coming through me to say. I'm going to invite you all to take a breath. Allow yourself to resonate with whatever message you've heard today that works for you. What is that thing? In every moment, we are at choice. In everything we do, we are at choice. In every experience we have, we are at choice. In every feeling we feel, we are at choice. This is the truth. This is how I live. When I forget, we are one, and I regret things that I've done. I go within my heart and soul. I start again
knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am, flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. I am free in this moment when I recognize and know that there is a power in this universe that is unstoppable. For it is an infinite power. It is the only power. It is the only thing going on, and I recognize it and I know it as love. It is the infinite creative resource from which all matter is manifest. It is who and what we are, the embodiment of love at our own individualized level of recognition. This is the truth of who we are. And so today, in this moment, I choose to allow this to flow more freely, more effortlessly, more abundantly, for it can never be stopped. And so I choose to be a free flow of love. Everyone I encounter, everyone I experience is love embodied. This is the truth. And I invite each and every one of us to live this truth right here and right now, allowing this moment to serve the next moment and the next moment and the next moment. I am grateful for this understanding, and I am grateful for this teaching. I am grateful for the words of Raymond Charles Barker. I am grateful for the words of John Lennon. I am grateful for the words of Ernest Holmes. I am grateful for everything that transpired to make this experience an experience of perfection today at exactly the level it needed to be. For this perfection is infused with this infinite resource. I'm grateful for everyone who makes this service possible. I'm grateful for Angelica. I'm grateful for Jim. Grateful for Lori. I'm grateful for Alan. I'm grateful for Nick. I'm grateful for Tony. I'm grateful for Pierre Gautreau. I'm grateful for the band. I'm grateful for every single person who decided to show up today, not just here in the center, but for every single one of us who has decided to show up as a force for good in our own lives. And I am eternally grateful to Lena for her brilliant meditation, for her words of wisdom, her affirmation, and her exquisite prayer. Knowing this to be so and allowing only the free flow of love, I give over to it now as I release this word to that immutable law that says, yes, it is done. I let it be so, and together we say, and so it is. When things go wrong and my way is dark, and when I lose my song and life breaks my heart, I go within my heart and soul. I start again, knowing I'm whole. God is right here where I am. I am right where I should be. As I fill my mind with peace, I feel it washing over me. God is right here where I am.
flowing in and out through me. In this moment, I am free. In this moment, I am free. Namaste. Thank you so much. We're going to end the day with Breathe the Same Air. It's on page 16 of your songbooks. If you'd like to follow along, I invite you all to stand and stretch and take this energy out into the world. Have a great week, everyone.
Well, it's an idea whose time has come. A new generation decides as one. Of the same small planet we are born. It's never been so obvious before. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. The future of history is crystal clear. The borders between us will disappear. Of the same small planet we are born, and there's no foreign country anymore. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I.
Some say that I'm out of touch with the times, that this world is no place for a vision like mine. Well, still I can see it, and still I believe it. There's too many lives on the line. There's so many lives on the line. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. We breathe the same air, drink the same water, walk the same earth, kiss the same sky. We breathe the same air. I think we ought to get along better, you and I. Have a great creative